From the Global Saskatoon studios, the evening news with Kathy Lee.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. The body of a 26-year-old man has been found in a southern Saskatchewan lake. The man drowned on Saturday afternoon at Katepwa Provincial Park near Fort Qu'Appelle. That's about an hour northeast of Regina. Good evening and thanks for joining us. Julie is away tonight. It's talk about trade, the environment, climate change and innovation. Delegates from Canada and the United States are gathered in our city for the 22nd annual Pacific Northwest Economic Region Conference. Saskatchewan joined the organization in 2008, and tonight our Sherry Clark looks at what impact being a member of Penware has had on our province over the past 4 years. Our province is celebrating a milestone today, 50 years of Medicare. Saskatchewan is the first province in Canada to adopt the public social program. It's what our country is known for and what Canadians are most proud of. Well, good news for more residents and business owners who've been without power since a fierce storm ripped through the province earlier this week. The latest update from Sask Power is all power outages have been dealt with and everything should be back to normal. Welcome back. Just ahead of 9 o'clock here. We're sitting at 14 right now under a cloudy sky. Today's high of 27. The wind from the northeast, it's shifted slightly to 24 kilometers an hour, and that will pick up later on today, gusting up to 50 to 70 kilometers an hour, so very windy.
A nice one out there for now, Kathy.
Yes, a nice one today. And just going back to the wind there, I know it was a nuisance for most of us, but there's the positive spin on there. The farmers, help the farmers, so that's always a good thing. The Dakota Dunes Casino Skycam here showing a luscious shot there over the bridge. And then, of course, from the top of the Ramada Hotel, there's Idlewild Drive. Again, very quiet. That's been kind of the story for most of the week, so that's a good thing. If you have any tips, make sure to give us a call. Right now, it's a look at sports. We're talking Riders again this morning, and it's about moving forward right after their loss against the Calgary Stampeders last week. Well, I know I'd love to have a seat at the Olympics right now.
Yeah, it's great that we got on the podium too. So now hopefully they start rolling in.
Absolutely. Congratulations to all the athletes. Kim is in with a look at sports. I'm sure a lot of players and fans still feeling the pain from yesterday's loss. You know, I think eventually robots are just going to take over the world. What do you think, Kevin?
Yeah, I think it's going to be one of those things where you'll look at that evolutionary scale, and it'll show you like perhaps a monkey, and then it'll go up and up and up to person, and then suddenly robot. And then the robot is the next link along, if that were, you know, the case for some.
You know what? I don't see them taking over just yet.
No.
But I don't mind the help around the house to have a robot like on the Jetsons, you know.
Yeah, why not,
cleaning,
right?
Help me, you know, unplug my toilet like I did last night, which was very unsuccessful.
Now, you don't have to look very far to see fallen trees and branches, but this site is the most spectacular we've seen so far. The main branches of the tree have split into three, and over here, one of the limbs is covering the front door completely. The committee has put out strict requirements for interested bidders. For instance, the building cannot be demolished. It can still be used for congregational service, and because of its grand structure, seating capacity, and great acoustics for music and arts as well. This stretch along Idlewild is the last leg in the survivors walk, with the final point being at Prairieland Park. For many residential school survivors, reaching the landmark meant reaching a milestone in their healing process. While it is important to clear sidewalks and driveways within a 48-hour period, residents are reminded to be careful while shoveling. There is a potential to get hurt, and if you feel you can't do it by yourself, don't. At this point, Saskatoon police say they don't feel the need to be in disguise to catch distracted drivers, because according to what they've seen, drivers in our city don't even hide the fact that they may be distracted while driving. They're actually pretty obvious about it. I'm going to show you how it doesn't even have to be really hot outside for the inside of a vehicle to warm up to dangerous temperatures. Our station vehicle has been sitting here for about 5 to 10 minutes, and already the internal temperature is already at 39 degrees.
Kathy Lee has been following the conference all day and joins us live from the Bessborough. What's the first day been like, Kathy?
Julie, the delegates are right now enjoying a night of entertainment at the Mayor's Garden Party right behind the Bessborough here, but the day has been long. Well, the focus of the conference was to address ways to improve municipalities across Canada. The issues surrounding NDP leader Thomas Mulcair's statement, critics are saying are pitting the East against the West, was once again a hot button topic. Sherry, what do you think of my new wheels? I'm just kidding. It's not mine, but it is the early bird draw. It's the 2010 Mercedes-Benz Roadster. And if you decide that you don't want this one, you can have a choice of $60,000.
Global's Kathy Lee is live at the Bessborough, giving us a sneak peek of what we can expect. Kathy.
Hey Julie, you can already feel the excitement downtown as everyone gets ready for the Jazz Festival. I'm at the Bessborough Hotel right now. I'm joined by Don Griffith, aka Dr. Don. He is a very talented musician. He's a local musician. He is the artistic director for The Basement. He's going to show us a little bit of what he has. Much, Rob. And again, in addition to the 43 free performances, there's 130 other performances here. Make sure to grab your tickets. You can come down to the Bessborough to pick them up in person, buy them in person, or you can visit saskjazz.com. Back to you, Julie.
Thanks, Kath.
We're ending May now and going into June, and this is a third homicide. How does that compare to different years here? Is this a lot, or?
No, it's about the general numbers that we have in a city the size of Saskatoon. We vary some years from 3 up to 10 or 11. Just depends on some of the circumstances.
We only watch Cirque du Soleil from the audience. Take us behind the scenes real quick if you can. What's the coolest thing that you guys were able to experience there? I feel so dainty right now and so proper.
Elegant.
Yeah, elegant. That's the word. So tell me about the hat competition.
Conan weighs more than Kathy.
I know. Conan is what, about 100 pounds?
She's about 100 pounds.
Conan and I, we would, he would scare me. Could you imagine me walking him? I think he'd be walking me.
Yeah, he would be walking. He would be walking you. That's
but
for
he's
sure.
so kind. Look at him. Kelly Kislick is talking about warts. Warts
Glamorous.
are disgusting. I don't think I have any, thankfully, but they spread.
They sure do, yeah. It's actually a virus that...
Many drivers going down Avenue G and 20th Street had to wait just a bit longer to get to where they needed to be.
I understand that vehicles need inspection, and I'm patient. I'm going through the process.
The process is part of a week-long Operation Street Sweep program that checks to make sure drivers are properly maintaining their vehicles.
It doesn't have to be in pristine condition. It doesn't have to look like it just rolled out of the showroom. It just has to meet the standard. And unfortunately, there are a number of them out there that don't.
With your foot on the brake, put it in reverse.
From brakes to the windshield to tires, on-site experts do a thorough assessment, checking everything that may pose a safety risk.
My corrosion and my signal light.
Now, even if a vehicle is deemed unsafe to drive, it doesn't necessarily mean the driver will get a fine. This inspection ticket could be issued similar to a warning, which will give drivers time to bring their car in to get fixed before a follow-up inspection.
Yeah, the rotor's in good shape here.
After being in the auto business for over 30 years, Liam Butler says he's noticed that generally, most people don't have a clue when it comes to their vehicles.
They get in, turn the key, start it up, drive it, put gas in it, you know, so they rely on people to do inspections and to let them know what's going on.
So to ensure a clean bill of health during a surprise vehicle fitness inspection, Butler suggests a regular checkup.
Every second oil change that a person does should involve really a tire rotation, and at that point in time you can check the brakes out. So it should be really checked at a shop.
Not following the simple steps could mean your car gets yanked off the road. Still, the drivers we talked to don't have a problem with this reminder.
Well, it keeps clunkers off the road.
I would not say so yet, because there is some cars what should be on the street.
It's a good idea, I guess. Gets crappy cars off the road.
Kathy Lee, Global News.
It looks like something really abstract or something. What is it?
For Fraser and Lindell Nunn, these laptops aren't like any other laptops.
The screen's bigger and you can zoom it.
These and other features are tailor-made for the siblings to be able to see the screen clearer. Both were born with a congenital eye disease called aniridia.
It's harder for us to get a clear video of what we're seeing. We just manage to get snapshots when we look over, whenever our eyes pass over the object we're trying to look at.
So now we have b squared equals 160.
With innovative technology that allows for Wi-Fi in their school, Fraser and Lindell will have the same learning advantage as their peers.
If you can connect with smartboards, then you can see easier what's going on the smartboard, what other kids are seeing closer.
It's an advantage their father Warren, who also has aniridia, never had growing up.
It's a great relief that there is that technology. Yeah, it was all large print books back then, and they did the best they could in enlarging it. But this is incredible.
We wish you all the best in your endeavors.
Their new endeavors are made possible by a donation from the Lions Club and CNIB.
Because of the gift of the Lions Club and CNIB's help to deal with that, I don't have to worry about how the kids are doing because they have the technology that they need to put their effort into their school and get good marks.
The gifts also helped kick off Vision Health Month to bring awareness to eye diseases.
In Saskatchewan, that number is around 25,000 people. Right in Saskatoon, that number is around 5,000 people with significant vision loss and blindness.
And although Fraser and Lindell fall into that statistic, with these new laptops, it's no doubt that their future can still be brighter.
It'll become much easier, and we should be able to do much better at school, much better at life. It'll be a lot easier. Our burden will be a lot lighter.
More independent and more confident that I actually can do just as good as any other kid.
Kathy Lee, Global News.
That's what I called you. Go read my story.
It's not supposed to happen in small towns. Not supposed to happen anywhere, but especially not in small towns.
Longtime Herschel resident Paul Weens expresses his concern on the latest crime in the area.
It gives you a weird feeling.
Just north to the community of 30, a fire tore through this house Sunday evening. Its previous owner, Carol King, a woman whose remains were found on a nearby farm this summer.
There's substantial damage to the main room and then smoke damage throughout the house.
Investigators aren't releasing details about the fire right now.
We can't get into the specifics of where exactly it started and where the fire went because we still want to make sure that we're sure. We still want the fire scene examiners to go through, both ours and from the fire commissioner's office, to determine exactly what happened within the house.
But say it wasn't an accident.
We're quite confident, given the information, given the physical evidence that they found inside, that this is definitely an arson.
By coincidence or not, Ween says he knew King from the time when her house burnt down before. Adding a coffee pot left on was the cause.
I was driving the school bus past the farm and just noticed smoke coming out of the house, and they were gone, and we just stopped in, reported it.
While many people in Herschel didn't want to speak on camera today for safety reasons, they say some strange things have happened, such as this monument erected on the farm King's body was found. The message questionable, with the last sentence reading, "Remember, I wasn't in my body when the devil came to play." Investigators are aware of the monument, but right now their priority is investigating the house. In regards to the case of Carol King,
That is still an active investigation, it's still ongoing, and beyond that, there's not much more I can say about it.
RCMP can't confirm that this incident is related to Carol King's death, and at this time they are treating it as an independent case. They can't say also what evidence they found in the house, but say that they are sending it off to be further analyzed. Reporting from the Herschel area, Kathy Lee, Global News.